well done today, but I guess it all hinged on one incident in the first half, the penalty and sending off. What was your take?
Ian Chilvers is a very honest boy. Just asked him what he did. He said minimum contact. He's left his arm out. He hasn't made a pull for Spate. Spate's gone down, he's given a penalty. Spate's got up, he's telling some of my players he never got touched. Cap it all off, they get a penalty. Chilvers is in the dressing room. And the game's back level pegging, so I'm annoyed. I haven't seen it myself, but I see it with my eyes. I've seen very minimal contact at the time. From a sending up point of view, he's actually going towards the corner flag as well. Probably won't keep the ball in, so until I see it, don't really want to comment on it, but just getting a bit fed up. It seems to be nearly every week. A costly decision goes against us. I keep saying, and people might say, here he goes again. Small teams against big teams. Big teams get the decisions. Big teams get more decisions. You watched that the game today. Would you say they got more decisions with us? Because I did. I think they did. So there we go. But immensely proud of my players. Immensely. We've spoke about the incident, but to go toe to toe with Mansfield, who were tipped by many to win the league, to take the game to them, even with 10 men, we didn't sit back. We sat back a little bit. They're putting stuff on us, but we had a go. We picked an attack-minded team today, and I thought we were really, really good. But it's hard enough against these teams and full-time teams and big spending teams with good players when you're 11v11. It's doubly hard when you're down to 10. But, credit to my players today. It's a good point.
Yeah, I think you probably went with a 4-3-3 formation, didn't you, and took the game straight to them. You must have been delighted, despite the early goal, which was a freakish goal, but the way you came out of the blocks was very impressive.
Yeah, I'm picking I'll probably go about 13 fit players. But 2 or 3 of them, Jordan Rose, no one knows, I've kept it quiet. Jordan Rose has been in bed all week, got out of bed this morning and played like that, and we'll probably need to go back to bed, but the 13 players, 13 I would say are fit. 2 or 3 of us playing with bumps and bruises, and that's all I've done. I had a look Thursday night, and it would have been easy or Mansfield are in town. Let's just sit back and try and contain and pinch it on the break. But we went to 3 up top. Three people with goals, and Jones, Spray, and St Amy. Leslie just tucked in a little bit behind. Unfortunately, because of the sending off, I've got to sacrifice you and Spray, who I thought was doing very, very well. And towards the end, I've got to sacrifice Jones because he's on a yellow card. By our own doing. So we've tried to win the game today, and I think again the neutrals must love us. If you look at Stockport here and last week and today, they're quite open games. But I think I made a statement in the summer we were going to be more attack minded, and that's what we do. And not quite getting the rub of the green, and we're certainly not getting our fair share of decisions going in our favour. Because again, I might be the only one, but 2,000 people aren't one. What galls you more, they won't even speak to. They called me in the dressing room before the game. They said, lads, just talk to me. Or when you ask them a simple question, they just blank it. And that makes you more angry, really. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about how good my players were today. They were brilliant.
Despite being down to 10 men, was it a draw a fair result?
Possibly. I wasn't, at half time I said, let's not get a pat on the back and be glorified losers. We can feel injustice has been done again, we can feel harm done by, but let's not walk off the pitch in 50 minutes time and everyone says, great display, great spirit, but you've been beat. I felt with 10 men we could win the game. That's the belief I've got in the players, and they showed that. And I think people, the crowd were great again. They get behind the players when they've seen they're having a go. So the crowd, thanks for being with the players. They appreciate that. So I think they've been served up something where there's some spirit in the side. There's a never say die attitude in the side. There's mistakes in the side. Don't get me wrong, but there's also a real honesty where we'll have a go and we'll run through a brick wall. And on any given day we might get beat, but on most days we'll get results, hopefully.
Newport on Tuesday. Dan Preston is available, which is probably great timing really for you because of the problems you've got with injuries and a possible suspension with Chilvers. Luke Hubbins as well, is he likely to be featuring, and Ryan Valentine? I mean, the list goes on, doesn't it?
It's a never-ending story really, but I think it's been 2 weeks now. You can get away for 1 game, 2 games possibly, another one. But There's no really, what's the best way to say? There's no respite really. Valentine, I was told, would be fit last week. Well, failed the fitness test today. 85%, but just couldn't run, couldn't sprint. Well, you can't sprint, you can't play. Centre half seems to be cursed this year. Brought Liam in a game and a half into it. He's missing 3. Preston will come straight back in. Luke Hubbins has done a week's intensive at Lilleshall and has come through that well. So I've got a bit of it's not a gamble. Luke's fit. He'll either play or he'll be in the 16. Particularly if we were 22 players, I'd probably give him another week. We've got 22 players, so if he's fit, he'll be involved. People might say, let's wrap him up and cut more for another week. If he's fit, he'll be involved. If he's not fit, I'll be cautious and leave him another week because he's an important player. But the 16 that have gone into battle today have been great. Chrissy Blackburn's done some running on the pitch today. He just seems to have more of a problem when we train on AstroTurf. So there's another one that might be closer to getting back. But other than that, Hubbins may have a chance. Valentine may have a chance. Lackey, I wouldn't have thought so, but a little bit closer. Too early for Sharpie, so we'll be in the same position on Thursday and Tuesday night. But we'll get on with it. You don't really ask me questions about it. I don't know about it. That's what we have. We've got to play. But they're doing great.